branch with leaves and just made my bald head cold, really cold. I think this is the first time. Oh no, I have recorded myself just walking before, but it was with dogs, not just me walking. I think that's pretty good. So it's like a post-rainy day. It's supposed to rain again. That would be nice to capture it. Ooh, I don't like that height. It's too down. All right, I think that's better. We get a walkway and we get the nice view. See? I think it's still too low. What do you guys think? Too low, right? I just knew you would agree with me. You guys always think what I think. Cool as that. Telepathy. Telepathetic. Okay, so I was hoping that it was raining a bit so that I could put the umbrella up and I'd feel less awkward than just walking with this thing on my chest. But luckily, don't see many people walking around. So, it might not be that big of a deal. Or as the new kids say, non-issue. Kind of feel bad for recording people who don't need to be recorded or don't want, or not need to, but I wish I could magically make them disappear, because I wouldn't like that. Some random guy walking around making money with my likeness. I'm actually going to see a cat today, taking care of a cat with drop-ins. I really don't know what this looks like from the front, so I'm trying to avoid any eye contact with people, because I know they're going to give me the question mark. Looks like, what are you doing, sir? Excuse me, sir. So I'm going to use the AirPod trick. I have my AirPod on one of my ears, and I'm going to pretend like I'm talking to someone. That way, I make this a little more sufferable. Oh, it's so awkward. Got a creep. I don't even know if you guys can hear me right now. I think my voice low. I'm very close to this lady. Okay. So there is a school down here. Oh, there are no kids. I don't want to get kids on camera. It's kind of weird. A little weird. You know what's good? This street down here has a lot of blocks, like small blocks. So I can quickly pop up. I see someone walking towards me. Oh, do not know how people vlog in open spaces. See, like, I've done in cars, but in cars people can't really see me. And even if they do, I don't really hang out long enough for it to be awkward. And bikes, same thing. You're flashing through. Besides, no one really looks at you when you're biking. It's actually more intimate than a car. See, in a car, people might look to see, like, if you're paying attention to them, to make sure you don't crash into them, etc. But in a bike, people are completely ignoring you. The only time I get attention with a bike is when I'm biking with a dog. And funny enough, with the dog thing, a lot of people find that charming, but some people actually, one person, this one lady, I wouldn't say cussed me out, but definitely yelled at me because, so I was biking in a trail, but in that particular area was a no off leash. So it's not off leash, and her dogs were off leash. And the dog that I was with isn't dog aggressive, but her dog seemed very inquisitive. So because the dog I was with, I don't know him that well, and he could be dog reactive based on what I saw and what his owner told me. I wanted to just always play it safe with him. So when I saw her dogs kind of being kind of curious dogs, I want to say hi to every dog and all that thing, I stopped and she noticed me, and I was expecting her to grab the dogs, but instead of grabbing the dogs, she, said something like, you're not supposed to be biking with your dog here. I kind of caught on really quickly that, you know, she was either upset with something or whatever. Like I caught on that it wasn't the kind of thing I wanted to engage, and she was an elderly lady. What am I gonna do? Get into an argument with a lady? Like, come on. That's a lose-lose. So I just kind of pretend like I didn't hear it. So I just got off the bike just to be respectful, and put the dog on the other side. Just walk. She still didn't collect her dogs, but she did sort of like, can't remember, like she didn't call the dogs, but she went next to them. Didn't really do much, but whatever. I was still gonna, you know, do my due diligence. You know, can't, kind of like driving, you know, you have to do your due diligence, but sometimes you also have to be prepared for, you know, people that are stupid, or, and I'm not calling ladies stupid, but people that are not willing to do their due diligence. You still have to protect yourself against them. So I was just walking with the bike on the side, and then as I was walking, you know, she was staring the whole time. That's all right. This is an older lady. What am I gonna do? Fight an older lady? I don't mind them staring. But what bothered me is the fact that she spoke again. She said, oh, the most dangerous thing you can do is bike with a dog. So that's when, you know, I understand you're an elderly lady, but at the same time, if you're going to be abusive, I have to at some point, you know, let you know that this is not how you act with other people, or at least people like me, or me, myself included. The first one, I'll let it go. I'll go about my business, but you keep speaking. Now, to me, I need to address it. At least that's how I felt at the time. So I turned around and said, what's your problem? Like, what did I do? Because I didn't actually do anything to her. I didn't get close. I was like, maybe I wanted to like 40 feet away when I stopped. When she noticed me coming. So it's not like I did a drift or whatever, slide with the bike and scared her. Because that I understand. She has a right to be upset. But her, I think she was coming from a place of like, oh, you're ruining my, you know, because there was no one else around. So I was ruining the fact that she owned the trail at that point. So whatever. I felt like, what's your problem? This is not an off-leash area, and it doesn't say that I can't bike, because it is a trail, you're allowed to bike. But it is a non-off-leash area. There is an off-leash area in that trail, but not where we were at. You know, where we were at, it says pretty clearly, please do not, this is not an off-leash area, whatever they say. Can't remember the exact wording right now. So, you know, if she wanted to be a mean person and, you know, abuse me, you know, then, okay, fine, you want to uphold the rules? We'll uphold the rules. I'm not in the wrong. I'm actually doing, you know, I'm being courteous and polite and getting off my bike, and because I understand some people don't agree with what I'm doing, but I'm not against the rules. I'm doing it because, you know, I like to be nice wherever I go, because that's how I want people to be towards me. But when you're starting to, you know, say stuff like that, oh, it's the most, I don't know why people do it, it's the most dangerous thing to bike with a dog, etc., then, you know, okay, let's address the rules then. And at that point, I think when I responded, I think, you know, she just kind of looked away. And I think at some point, like, some ladies were passing by, and it was her friends, just kind of went on about it, but she was super nice to them. So I don't know what the hell that was about, but definitely didn't enjoy getting into that, because, like I said, it's a lose-lose with an elderly person, or, you know, ladies. Like, I try to avoid petty arguments like that, because what's the point? That was my story. It's been very hot here lately. This rain kind of pulled it down. Still very humid though. But yeah, having a nice walk here. I've been thinking about getting a GoPro. I think they're better. My only thing is my phone's camera is a better camera, and it's more convenient for uploading. See, I'm not big into editing too much, so I don't really need like to put on my phone anyways. And I feel like with the AirPod, with the GoPro, did I call it AirPod before too? I'm talking about a GoPro, the little camera, square cube thing. With that, I would have to put, you know, offload it on the computer, from there airdrop it. And I'm sure there's no loss of quality, but there may be some loss of quality. Whereas here, on the phone, it's straight recorded. The only downside to this is one, you know, when I'm doing this, I can't receive any calls. I put myself on Do Not Disturb, and it's a little bit heavy. So, like, I don't know if you guys probably don't see the rocking because of the, I forgot what it's called, image stabilization, something like that. Autofocus, no, not autofocus, whatever. Like, it doesn't show the shaking, it softens it up. But the problem is, like, I want to do running too, so I run every other day, roughly. And I want to do running videos, and with this it will be too much. I did try it, it's too much. It literally goes like this, and it's not pleasant to watch. It actually looks like it gives you a seizure. But I've seen some folks on YouTube, and they do it with a GoPro, and their running videos look so much fun. It's like, it's not perfectly still, because that would be kind of useless, because this walking is still. It has the mimicking of the run, but it's very smooth. Like, there is no, see this, because it's got like a vest kind of thing around my my chest and under my diaphragm. It's not perfectly tight, and it slips, especially if I'm running or moving a lot. And it makes it rock. It makes it go like this. I'm trying to mimic what it looks like. Because it moves too much, you know? Almost like it's on, almost like water in a stationary, like imagine a cup in a car, and the car is braking and accelerating a lot. So it starts to create that, that bathtub. Oh, what is that? It starts to create that back and forth motion. And that's what's happening with the thing that I keep my phone on. I'm assuming it's because of the weight, but it might also be the holder thing. Maybe GoPro has a better thing you put around your chest, because this isn't the most in place kind of thing. Like, it's good for biking because in biking I'm not really moving my chest a lot, or walking, or walking a dog, or if I'm like unboxing something or whatever, or walking around something. But if I'm running, then it's kind of it's not pleasant. So I'm thinking like the straps around it are this like elastic, I'm not sure what the name of this material is. It's like elastic kind of fabric. But if they were like maybe leather, kind of like a dog harness, this would definitely be more stable. Although that would definitely be uncomfortable for me, and it would look way weird. Like, this kind of looks like a bag. Like, those people, not people, but those vests that are, I don't know if they're trendy more, but they used to be a couple years ago, where people used to like put things. Kind of looks like a police flag jacket, or I don't know. I think they're called a flag jacket. Like, what's it called? Like where someone shoots you. It's not called a flag jacket. Bulletproof vest. Looks like a bulletproof vest, but like it's actually like a storage place. You can put your wallet and stuff like that. If I can have something of that material, those are not leather. Those are like a thick type of material. Then that'll definitely hold it more in place for running. Maybe because the thing with running is you're rocking, and that's causing this to move a lot. Because in running, you're not moving your chest, but every time you're landing on left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, it's a very heavy impact, and that actually shows how heavy of an impact running is. Because people don't realize running. When you're running, I think you have something like once you get on the rhythm, when you're landing on one of your feet, there's something like 3 times your body weight. I don't know if it's pressure or velocity or power or whatever, but when you're landing on one of your feet when you're running, so imagine if you froze yourself while you're running and you're on the one leg at the point and the other leg is lifted up. At that point, your foot is actually holding 3 times your body weight because of the momentum that you also have. So it's a very intense process. So, and that's shown with the with this camera work here. Whereas like walking, it's not as intensive. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll find a good solution for that, because I wanna take you guys running too, because that's one of my favorite things. And I probably won't be able to talk while I'm running, but I think I watch those videos of people running, and it's a lot of fun to watch them. Yeah, and it might be cool to kind of listen to my breath. Maybe some of you can use it as like meditation or like background noise, because it's kind of cool how not rhythmical, but our breath is when you're running. It's very constant. The reason why I like running is actually the breath part. It's one of the few moments when I kind of even forget that I'm breathing. Yeah, this is a cool little area here. It's a bridge over a trail. Look how cool it looks. Looks like we're in a wild place, but just over to the left, maybe about 200 feet, got one of the main streets of the city. So how cool is that? But it looks like that. Ooh. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Let me show you this side too. I hope you can see it. Cool. It's a cool little bridge. Wow. This tree is so tall. Goodness. I never thought about that. Right now it's just levitating in height. Ooh, scary. Terrified of heights. Terrified. Okay, I think there's more movement here. So, I have to say goodbye to you boys. Girls, men, ladies, gentlemen. Whoa, what happened there? How the hell did this happen? Was it a tree? Whoa, here too. What? That's crazy. All right, enough of